Hey guys, Irene here again. If you are new here, my name is Irene. I live here in Germany with my family, and on this channel I talk about my experiences in Germany. I tell everything I've noticed since I moved to Germany, and I also give tips on how to go about one or two things. And to my old subscribers, thank you guys so much. You guys already know I love you guys so much. On today's video, I'll be giving you tips on how I passed my tech B1 exam. Sometime last year in August, I wrote my B1 exam, tech B1 exam, and I gladly got my results and I made it. Like, I passed excellently well. So I decided to come and give you guys tips on how I was able to achieve that. So B1 exam is actually divided into three parts, which is the reading and oral in one, schreiben and speaking. On the exam hall, you will get a question paper which contains listening, reading, schreiben, all in one. The first one you'll be taking is the hearing part. So for the hearing part, what are the tips that helped me? And that is the tips I will be giving you today. So for the hearing part, it is always advisable to listen to German broadcasts. Listen to German broadcasts a lot, and during my own time I listen to German broadcasts a lot, and also when I want to watch movies I tune them to German, right? And when I want to get a conversation with people, I want to make a conversation with people, I always make sure I do that in German. I don't do it in English. I don't bother to ask questions in English. Nine, I try to speak the little German I can. That's actually what helped me in my listening part. It helped develop my listening part. And for the reading part, always make sure to read your German newspaper. Thank God for Germans. They will always send you letters in German, magazines, all those things. Always make sure to read them. They are very important. It will help you in terms of reading and understanding. And in this reading aspect too, I would also like to tell you to widen your vocabularies. Vocabularies are also very important in terms of reading, because I can actually tell you that in this reading text you will not understand everything that you are being given, but because you know some verbs, it will give you a hint of what they are talking about. So these are actually what helped me in my listening and hearing part. So for the schreiben part, you can also go on YouTube. There are a lot of writings on YouTube that you can actually study and go through it. I also use this textbook, Einfach Schreiben. Is it a textbook or a workbook? I'll call it a workbook. I also made use of this workbook, Einfach Schreiben. It is just for writing from A1 to B, from A2 to B1. It's just for letter writing. So I bought it and I was always practicing the exercises being given there. So I will recommend you get this textbook. And I also was sleeping on this guy's page, Benjamin. There is this Benjamin guy on YouTube. He gives really good tips on how to get these things done. So I was always on Benjamin's page, watching and practicing everything he said. So once you are done with these two parts, which is the listening, hören, and schreiben, you will submit your paper, and after like 30 minutes, you will go for the speaking part. And this speaking part is also divided into three parts. The first one is introduction, the second one is Bildbeschreibung, and the third one is Zusammen etwas planning. And for this speaking part, you'll be needing a partner. And this speaking part is actually the most important out of the three parts of this exam. Like for the two other ones I mentioned before, you can fail any of these two and pass the speaking part, you will still pass. But you see, the moment you fail this speaking part and you pass these two other ones, you cannot get B1. They will only end up giving you A1 or A2. So this speaking part is the most important part. Always make sure that you get a good score for this speaking part. So the introduction part, you are expected to tell them your name. You are expected to tell them where you live in Germany. You are expected to tell them your age if you want. You are expected to tell them the language you speak, where you come from, your hobbies. I will also make a video on how I did my introduction. But before that, I will also give you a hint on how to go about it before the video is finally out. So when you are introducing yourself, you are expected to introduce yourself in a B1 standard. For B1, you are not expected to say ish all the time. And when you are giving information, you are expected also to give more details about the information. Zum Beispiel, for example, when I introduced myself, I told them my name, I told them the meaning of my name, I told them I like my name, and I told them the reason why I like my name. I will say that in German. Ich heiße Irene Chinelo Adeboye. Chinelo bedeutet erinnere dich an Gott. Ich mag mein Name, weil God so good to me ist. Right? So what I basically said here is I told them my name, I told them the meaning of my name, I told them I like my name, and I gave a reason why I like my name. So for the language you also speak, your Muttersprache. So for my Muttersprache, I said my Muttersprache is Igbo. Außerdem spreche ich gut Englisch, ein bisschen Yoruba, und wie gut mein Deutsch spreche ist, entscheiden Sie, deswegen bin ich hier heute. So what I basically said here is I told them I told them the language I speak. I told them I speak Igbo, and outside Igbo, I speak good English. I also speak a little bit of Yoruba, that is my husband's Muttersprache. And how good my Deutsch speaking is up to them to decide. That is why I'm here today. After you are done with introduction, the examiners might ask you some questions. Yeah, there are usually 2 examiners, so you might get a question. Like during my own time, after I said my hobbies, because I said my hobbies is to ride bike in the nature, I got a question that what is the difference between bicycle and e-bike. Might be getting a questions after you are done introducing yourself. Once this part is done, the next part is build Beschreibung. Build Beschreibung, you'll be given a picture, maybe something like this, and they will ask you to describe it. And when describing this picture, the first thing you will do is to tell them what you can see. What is going on in this picture? What is this picture all about? When you are done talking about what the picture is all about, maybe how many persons is there, maybe it's a dog, maybe it's a house, or maybe it's what I'm doing. You see how I'm sitting in front of a camera and I'm talking and people are passing. They can give you something like this and ask you to describe it. So when you are describing, you first of all tell them what you can see. And after you are done telling them what you can see, you tell them what is behind, what is by the side, what is around. So these are what you are expected to do with build Beschreibung. I will also describe one build for you guys. Once you are done with what you can see with your 2 eyes, you also tell them your Erfahrung with this picture, your experience with this picture. Erfahrung simply means experience. Do you have experience with this picture? Have you had any experience with this picture before? That is, you tell them your experience with this picture. And once you are done with your experience with the picture, you tell them, you compare the 2 of them in your Heimatland. How is this related? Is this related to your Heimatland? Do people in your Heimatland do this kind of thing? Your Heimatland means your homeland, your home country. So do people in your home country do this kind of thing, So that is what you are expected to do for build Beschreibung. You first of all say what you can see. Once you are done saying what you can see, you tell them your Erfahrung. Your Erfahrung means experience. You have experience with this kind of situation, right? Have you have any experience with this kind of situation? Even if you don't have experience, you can tell them you don't have an experience, but you know someone who has. Always remember, in the speaking part, you are expected to say something. Don't just say 1 or 2 things and keep quiet. It will land you to A1 or A2. Always say something. Even if you don't have any experience, tell them you don't have experience, but you know someone who has the experience. Just make sure you say something, right? And once you are done with the build Beschreibung, the last one is Zusammen etwas planning. In this one, you will have to plan something with your partner. That's why I said in the speaking part, you will need a partner. And what will I recommend for the speaking part? For this partner issue in your class, you have different people from different continents of the world. And there are a lot of people you might not understand their accent, right? So what you should do is study the people in your class. Know the people you understand their accent when they speak. Pick someone you understand their accent. Pick someone that speaks good German, at least what you can understand, because your partner also matters a lot during the exam. So once you are done picking your partner, you guys should start practicing early. So this Zusammen etwas planning is all about planning something together with your partner. In this Zusammen etwas planning, you and your partner are expected to come to a conclusion. You'll come to a conclusion on when to go and visit this person, the transportation you are going to use, what you are going to buy. You guys are expected to come to a conclusion. That is what this Zusammen etwas planning is all about. You might be given to go for a friend's wedding. You might be given to go and visit someone in the hospital. You might be given to go and clean a dirty place. So you guys should plan on how to accomplish this task together. So that's what Zusammen etwas planning is all about, and that is what this B1 exam is all about. So I wish you guys luck. If you have written your B1 exam and you are waiting for your result, I know you are going to make it. I am trusting in you. I'm rooting for you. And for those of you preparing for this exam, I am wishing you good luck. I wish you 100 over 100 in your speaking part. And don't just focus on the speaking part too, because you need to pass the speaking part and one of the other one. But you can still make the two of them. I am believing in you. So I wish you so much luck. I wish you 100 over 100 in your speaking part. I wish you good luck in every other part. So guys, I have come to the end of this video. I know it's lengthy, but it is very, very informative and educative. See you all in my next video. Bye. Chissy.